Hi everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Warrior on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're going to be doing this matte base. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing this matte face. This is my matte face makeup. Thank you so much for 40,000 subscribers. We hit that a couple days ago. 50,000, here we come. I've done a base tutorial before and that was a dewy base. So this is the matte version. I hope you enjoy. Take a second, make sure you're subscribed. Because, yeah, most people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So just take a second, check it out, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so on my face right now, all I have is my brows, kind of, sort of. We still need to clean them up. And moisturizer. I'm going to be priming the face with the Milani Cosmetics Skin Quench Hydrating Primer. Now, before you start saying, wait, I thought this was a matte base tutorial. It is a matte base tutorial. But I like using moisturizers and hydrating primers because we need some reprieve, right? So if I use all dry products and then top that with a whole bunch of powder, it says it's gonna be dry on dry on dry on dry on dry. If you still want it to be, you know, you'll see. I kind of talked about that on my Setting Powder 101 video. You should go check that out. You want it to be matte but not dry. You may feel like those two are the same thing, and they are very much not. Okay, now that that's all blended out, and I just used a BH Cosmetics Studio Pro 3 brush, let's get into the foundation. Per the always, I'm going to be using a mix. I'm going to be using the La Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, and this is in shade 4W1 Tawny. And then I'm also going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. She got a name on her, don't she? In shade Warm Beige. And I always put this on the back of my hand because I feel like putting the foundation right into the brush, it just seems way more unsanitary to me. I don't like that. Also, I like to control how much I apply and to where. So I blend these two together. The tinted moisturizer, once again, is kind of giving us reprieve. That's not the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for like shine, life, juice. Yeah. Gives us a little bit of juiciness. Also, the tinted moisturizer is a little bit lighter than the foundation. The foundation is a little bit too dark on its own. So mixing those together both gives me a good mix of formula, with the tinted moisturizer being a little bit lighter and the foundation being a little bit heavier in formula, and also one being lighter and one being darker in color. So I always use those two as a mix. I feel like if I just use the foundation, it would be a little bit too full coverage for my face. Like, it's a little too serious, a little too grown for me. But just the tinted moisturizer, it's not going to have any staying power. Also, it's not going to be enough coverage for when I apply the contours and highlights and things on top of it. So I like to mix those two together. I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush, by the way, to get this foundation nice and blended in. Gotta make sure I go under the nose, because my face is always really red right there. You're gonna throw it all off. Now for this forehead, you're just gonna have to walk with me, right? So I'm gonna take a flat brush, and when I say flat brush, I mean one of these little square brushes right here. This is a Morphe M432. I'm gonna take a little bit of that foundation off my forehead and the little bit that's left over on the back of my hand. And I'm going to go over the brow. It's going to get it super sharp. I don't like to use concealer because concealer will give you the halo brow effect. And what's the halo brow effect? That's when it is lighter on top and underneath your brows. It looks crazy. So I like to use the foundation because this is the shade that I'm putting all over my skin. And since this is just going to be a matte base, no eyeshadow, I'm going to go underneath the brow with the foundation as well. If you want to know how I do my eyebrows, my fluffy brows, how I do these brows here, there's a tutorial on it. It'll come up in the cards. When I say in the cards, it just means that the thing at the top of the screen, like, you'll see it. That's called a card. It took me a while to learn that too. It's called a card. Okay, now that that's blended out, I can finish the forehead. I put makeup on my forehead. A lot of people don't put makeup on their forehead, but I don't understand it. I respect your choice, but I do not understand it. Boom. So now I'm going to be going in with concealer, and I'm going to be using, I'll explain why. First, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And I am going to go underneath the eye, all the way out. All the way out. It gives it a snatch effect, gives it a lift. I like it. Once again, going underneath the nose. I know some people like to do like the 2 dot. I do see a difference. Like we kind of moved away from doing concealer like this. I mean, we as in like the trends. People are like, oh, we're wasting product, blah, blah, blah. I see a difference, okay? I see a difference. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use as much as I need to use. I feel like I'm so anti-clean makeup in all these videos lately, but like, I'm just trying to show y'all, don't be fooled by using less makeup and thinking that's gonna have the staying powder. Like, okay, I feel like people are scared of putting on more makeup because they feel like it's gonna look cakey and it's not gonna look blended, like it's gonna be too much. But honestly, I feel like when people put on more makeup, it looks more seamless. Like, don't get so caught up in the quantity of makeup that you think, oh, well, less will be more. Anyways, I'm gonna be taking a Rogue Techniques contour brush and I'm going to be blending that out. Like, wearing less makeup or using less makeup is great if you're trying to go for more affordable options or if you're just trying to use less of the products, like your favorite products. But as far as like thinking that less makeup is going to give you a more flawless finish necessarily because it's less. I'm going to also be taking that same L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer in shade 345. And this is a lighter shade. And I'm going to go right underneath the inner corner of the eye. Why am I doing this? So here's our little crash course to contours. I'm going to make a contour 101 video. I think that's like one of the last 101 videos I haven't made. I did blush, waterline, setting powder, some other ones. Anyways, here's our crash course. So highlight. What is highlight? Highlight are these lighter shades that you add to your face. You are attracting light with the highlight, right? So you're attracting attention to the center of the face. I want the attention to be right underneath my eyes. That's the brightest point of my face. That's where I want the light to hit. That's where I want all the attention to go. The brightest point of my face. Some people also put highlight on their forehead and their chin. I don't, but same concept, you know what I mean? That's exactly why they're doing that. So the light and somebody's eye, their attention goes to those lightest points. The contour is going to add shadows throughout the face. We'll talk about that in a couple seconds when I add contour. All right, I'm going to be taking the same brush. Well, it's a different brush. I have two. But this is the Real Techniques contour brush again. And I really like to use a small brush for this part, but I don't mind using this size brush. The small brush is a great alternative when it comes to this little itty bitty part here. Boom. It's all over the nose. It looks crazy. We'll deal with that later, all right? You let me deal with that. We'll deal with that later. Now I go into blush. I like doing my blush before my contour because I feel like when I do my contour before my cream blush, it just gets muddy and messy. Go watch the blush 101 video. We get into it. But I do my blush before my contour. I'm going to be using the Milani Cheek Kiss and Coral Crush. And I'm taking this Morphe E48 brush. And I'm just going to apply this to the apple of my cheeks. See, we're using a lot of products that have sheen. They're creamy. They got, you know, a little juiciness to them. We'll mattify it down later. But if we were using all products that were super, super dry and super, super matte and then added the powder on top, it'd be a little overkill. It might look ashy. It might look super dry. We're going for matte, but not necessarily dry. Okay, we'll fix that. A little blush went somewhere we don't want it to go. That's okay. Taking that foundation brush, wiping it away. Don't panic. Almost everything in makeup is fixable. Except for if your lashes, you cut your lashes different and they're not even. Go watch the lash video. That's the only thing that I'm like, I can't help you. You should now panic. Everything else, you can pretty much fix. I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever HD Skin All-in-One Palette. Oh, yeah, I know. It looks like I use it. Because I do. But we're gonna be taking these contour shades, which is the lighter one and the medium one. And I'm gonna be taking this Morphe V103. These are new brushes with the engraving. TT can't see none of that. But I'm gonna be taking that brush and we're going to add the contours. So, contours. We're chiseling the face with contours. Contour shades, these browns, these dark browns. These are shades to chisel the face, to shape the face, and to mimic your face's natural contours, right? So, for example, I've turned to this side. You see I haven't added any contour here, but you can see there's a darker line here. That's like your jawbone, right? If you look at your face with no makeup on, there are highlights and contours. You'll see some parts of your face are lighter, some parts of your face are darker. That's just how your natural face is. However, when we add that layer of foundation on our face, we're covering up all those contours and highlights. Especially if you use a really, really high coverage foundation, you're giving yourself a blank slate, a blank canvas. It just looks like one skin tone, whatever your foundation color is. However, using these highlights and these contours is bringing back the shape of the face, bringing back the natural contours of the face, chiseling the face, and you can really play around with it. Like, for example, if you want your face to look more sculpted and lifted, you can take your contour higher up. If you want your face to look, you know, in certain different ways, it depends on how you want to put your concealer. Like, for example, I do a bright under eye, so you don't want a bright under eye. You would just use a concealer that's the color of your face. You can really play around with it. You can go for like what your natural face is, but the fun thing about contour is you can also like create a new one. I'm just gonna go from where that natural darker line in my face is, and then I also go onto the forehead. Some people do the 3 where they go 1, 2, 3. I don't, because I used to wear collared shirts a lot, like every single day in high school, and I got tired of my collared shirt being dirty. So I just never did it, and I've never really felt like, oh, I should do it. So I don't go down there, especially if you say, you know what, I don't want my shirts to be dirty. Maybe stay away from that. But if you're like, I want to chisel that, like I said, contour can be fun. You make your face however you want to. Chisel that as well. We're flying through this. All right. Let me not speak too soon. It's time for nose contour. I'm going to take this Morphe E62. And I'm going to go into those same shades. On Instagram, they ask me a lot to do nose contour videos. I don't have the authority on that. I'm still figuring it out. Okay, so just pray for me. I'm going to start from this part of my nose, which I'm not sure what this is called. It's not like the bridge. It's not the bridge. And I'm going to just work up into underneath the eyebrow, because we have like a natural contour there. I'm really just following the natural contour when it comes to that part. And so I just take it from up here and I drag that on down. I make a little V at the tip of my nose, underneath the tip, and then I drag that line down. That's all I got. And I'm so not joking, like, that's it. Now I'm just gonna go in and kind of fix that highlight, that lightest concealer shade, and make it not look like a straight line, kind of, sort of, a little bit. That's all I got. That's all I got. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our setting powder. But if you haven't watched my setting powder 1-on-1 video, go check it out. I thought it was really good. Go check it out. I'm using translucent from Laura Mercier and a little bit of rose from Laura Mercier. They're both loose setting powders because I'm pretty much out of translucent. I'm literally going right after this to go open my PR boxes I've been saving for like 3 months. So we working with what we got. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills A22 brush. And I'm adding setting powder everywhere. Now, in my last base video, I had a dewier face, so I had put highlight on. So I didn't take my setting powder all the way out because I was adding highlight. I'm not doing that today. So I'm gonna take my setting powder all the way out. I'm also going around my smile lines, not because I think that they're gonna just disappear because I put on setting powder. I keep emphasizing that point on my videos because I know it really worries people. Like, oh my gosh, how do I get rid of these fine lines? Not with makeup, you don't. you don't. It will only, it can minimize it, but it's not gonna fill it in. So, gonna have to embrace that. All right. I'm not even being a Debbie Downer. I'm really just trying to make sure that our expectations are set in a realistic place, or else we'll be disappointed and think that it's our makeup skills. It's not your makeup skills. There's no way that setting powder is going to fill in smile lines. It's not even fair. Not even fair to ask anybody to do that. And I get really bad smile lines. You probably have seen them before. If it really, really bothers you, use the mattifying and the smooth tool on Facetune. Don't say I never gave y'all anything. I do not go over my contour. I just try not to be overkill. I just kind of let that be. We are going to take our square foundation brush and we are going to apply the setting powder right outside the nose contour. The sharp edge of this brush makes it very easy. Boom. So while that's sitting for a second, my next step will be to do setting spray, but I don't want to put on setting spray while this is sitting because we don't want this to be locked in. So I'm gonna do my lashes real quick. And I was gonna like not do these on camera because I already have a how to do my lashes video. I just wanted y'all to see this mascara in action. So I've been using the Maybelline Colossal Curl Bounce. Yeah, Curl Bounce mascara, which I bought from Ulta to do a drugstore video. I don't even know if I use this in my drugstore video. Anyways, I've kind of been loving it. I mean, hello. Also, we're not gonna put anything in the waterline today. I know. So not like me. But I've kind of been loving the way an empty waterline looks with this mascara. Wait for it. Because the top lashes really don't matter, right? Because I'm gonna add some lashes. So it really doesn't matter how the top lashes look. But look what it does to the bottom lash. Hold on. And I always wiggle horizontally instead of just doing it like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna go add my faux lashes. You wanna know how to put on fake lashes, faux lashes, the sorts. I have a tutorial on that. I'm also gonna put on my new lip combo. I also have a tutorial on that. So anything you wanna know, I got you. I'm gonna go do my lips and my lashes really quickly and then we're gonna finish off the face. All right, so now I'm gonna be taking the Benefit Cosmetics blush in Sunny. I'm gonna be using my Made by Mitchell MF3 brush and I'm going to be adding that to my cheeks because I just, I like a 2-layer combo type of blush moment. I feel like it gets a little bit muted by the setting powder. No worries. I got just the thing for that. Another layer of blush. Like, no, this is the last one. I'm gonna put it also on the nose. Now, with my matte faces, I still do highlight the nose. Sometimes I just use concealer if I want to be like super matte, but like, I love the way highlight looks. This is the ColourPop Super Shop Cheek in Happy Thoughts. And I just use a little craft brush to go on the tip of my nose and down the bridge. That's all for the nose. Not too glowy. You know what I mean? But just a little something, something. Just a little something, something. Also, that helps out the nose contour. Because otherwise, it looked a mess. It just looked very brown shriek. I'm going to be taking my A22 brush and wiping away that powder. Is I'm getting in my eye? Yes. I also took this brush, I didn't add any extra powder to it, and just wiped off my eyelids. I don't like the wet eyelids, matte face look. So we don't have any concealer or anything on the eyelids. We just have a little bit of powder because I feel like how the eyes are just naturally a little bit darker. I like the way it looks with the face. When it's too much light concealer right here, it throws off the whole face. But there is my base. Now, here's our final step. We're going to take the NYX Cosmetics Matte Finish Spray. I love this spray. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to cover the eyes because you don't want to put setting spray in your eyelashes. It could change the way your eyelashes look. It can make them hard and crunchy. Cover the eyes. Some people put the glasses on. I'm not going to find no glasses right now. I'm going to put my hand right here like this. And a good tip. I knew that this was pretty much good because I used it yesterday, but you want to spray out because sometimes it sprays in those big glops. Want to spray out, then hit the face. So let that dry on down. You also may want to do that before you put the bottom mascara on. Sorry. Rookie move. Let that dry on down. Now I'm just going to add a few beauty marks. Completely superfluous, completely unnecessary. I just like the way they look on the face. Some of them are too dark. We're just going to hit that with a little bit of powder. We're going to let it dry. Here is our final matte base. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you learned anything throughout this video or you just enjoyed, you know, being here with me, give this video a like. Thank you so much for 40,000 subscribers. So excited about that. 50,000, here we come. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Raggedy Royal, to see more looks, more of my life, to be part of the Raggedy Royal democratic process where we pick which videos we're going to do next. You can also be a part of that by commenting down below what you want to see next. I've done a few things for Halloween. I still owe y'all a fairy look. Everybody on Instagram wants to be a fairy this year for Halloween, so I owe y'all a fairy look. But let me know down below anything you want to see. It could be Halloween. It could be for the holidays. You need to know what to wear in the living room for Thanksgiving. I'm here for that too. Let me know. Also check me out on TikTok, where I have a bucket list series where I try different foods, cuisines, whole bunch of things, activities. We went to a rage room. I've went to a ranch and rode a horse, did a triathlon, did 75 hard. So many things. So many things. We get down. All right, so check me out on my other socials. And if you try this face, you try this look, let me know. I would love to know. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, also make sure you subscribe. 50,000, here we come. 50,000, here we come. It's not going to have any staying powder in, but just a tinted moisturizer. It's not going to have any staying powder. Jesus.